And on their name, put some respect. Yeah, yeah. I think it's time for reality check. Yeah, reality check. Gotta get you back on cold. Reality check. For the young and the old. Reality check. Yeah, yeah, to heal your soul. Reality check. Get ready for the show. The ancients have chose me. This happens often. Ooh, the scale is now tipping. We must prepare for them. The world is dangerous. It's all show. Rain falls down. Most people don't know. Tables turn. All our enemies burn. Ashes, ashes, dust to dust. Oh, know how to get you. Wake your whole ass up. We battled before. We're still in this war. My patience is over and gone. You protect yours, and I'll protect mine. We'll protect yours, and I'll protect mine. You and I are on the front line. Don't let them lie to you. We've been here this whole time. I'm telling you, and I've been on this front line. Don't let them lie to you. We've been here this whole time.
What up, though? What up, though? What up, though?
What?
Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast.
Stop.
Beauty and the Beast.
Stop. Now you a good looking black man, Dr. Winters, and I don't know what you used to look like back in the day, but you told me some things about some things.
You're so kind. You're so kind. You're so kind. You know, but
we love each other over here, right? We talked about that this weekend.
You got that. You gotta be in love. You gotta love, you know. And the thing is this is that our family, you know, proper preparation, you know, it prevents a piss poor performance. And look at this election coming up. You know, they've been trying to play games with us. You know, we had Biden. We didn't have Biden for 4 years. Biden didn't keep one promise. Not one promise.
Not one.
He made
Not
all these.
one. And I don't know if, you know, I think about school. I was talking about this. I had an impromptu live last night. And when I was talking with the audience, they were bringing up a point about, you know, like 8th grade government or constitution or whatever you learn in 8th grade. And but I think it starts in like kindergarten with civics and being a good citizen. They're teaching the 5-year-olds community values, and you know it's supposed to be this concept that is built upon every year. You learn a new concept. It adds to your citizenship bank of, you know, being a good, productive, tax-paying, law-abiding citizen. And then from there, you vote because you're supposed to, not because you're going to get something. But if you want something, you can vote for it, but don't necessarily expect to get it because there's people who need things all around. And sometimes you're just not going to get what you want, even though you voted for. It's very confusing to me, and I want us to talk about that and some other things, because we got to be prepared. Just people need to be prepared.
You got to be prepared. But see, just like proper preparation prevents poor performance. And look at what they did. They announced, they got people prepared for this, in a way. And how do they get people prepared? They told you that this man had a bad performance at the
debate.
At the debate, he had a bad performance at the debate, and because he had a bad performance at the debate, then therefore they said, well, we got to send this man packing. But see, the whole point is this: is that they didn't prepare people, and they didn't give it enough, proper preparation for it. They did everything so fast, and the reason they did everything so fast is because when they tried to assassinate former President Trump, they missed, and when they missed in a sense, and he threw that fist up, the election is over. Family, the election is over. The election is over.
I was in my art bag this week. I didn't know you were going to talk about that, but I have it right here. I did a little sketch. You see it? A little sketch. That's Trump.
Oh yeah. That was it. It was over.
It was, but I can't sit here and say that I wasn't prepared for what inevitably happened. I get so frustrated with some of the people that I come across on the internet who listen to the same channels that I listen to, because then I find that they're not really listening to the channels. If they were, I want to say it's Professor Black Truth. He said in 2020, I want to say it was like January, right after Biden had been sworn in, he pulled up this article from the DNC, and they, in no really crazy words, it was pretty simple. They said that they didn't want Biden to be the incumbent. I mean, that he would be the incumbent, but they didn't want him to run again. And they'd be trying to figure out who it's going to be. And it's just this question, like, who are they going to pick? And having a question like that when you just voted for the president is insane, because you would expect the person that we just voted for, y'all, not you, but people who voted for him, that's who you would want to continue. The 4 years of work is about to be undone if you're not the one to ensure that the work gets done. That's why they never give Black people anything, right? Because
but remember he, originally he may have could have stood the pressure. But if you remember, go back to when he got during the pandemic, when he got that injection. Think back to how he talked. He was very coherent, and see what happened in a sense is that after he got the cure, he started in a sense to kind of lose the being so elusive or being able in a sense to really be able to really express himself. Just go back and look at how
it's sad to me because of, well, one, it wasn't until I was older that the presidential decline is something that I could see with my own eyeballs. Like, I watched Obama age, like, whoa, like, that's crazy. You're
that
putting
hair
and years on that body. And then I want to say he, after he was not president anymore, they kind of went underground. And I don't know if I'm frozen right now or not, but they went underground. They popped back up a couple of months later, and him and Michelle look great. The life is back in them. The melanin is back in them. They're not looking like death anymore. It's just like, it's a new day when you don't have the weight of the world on your shoulders. But that on top of the experiments, it's got to be tough.
Well, it does. It probably does have to be tough. But see, but the thing is, this is that, it's proper preparation. That's what gets you prepared. When he came in, he wasn't really prepared for this. They threw him in the race. Remember, Remember, he didn't really want to run.
Right. I saw that. He kept saying that he didn't want to, and I was wondering, was that a racist thing, Dr. Winters? He didn't want to be the white guy under the black guy, or he knew that he's not going to be able to hack it, or he knew that the president doesn't really do anything. So
I think he knew. I think he knew he wasn't going to be able to hack, because presidents do things. Presidents have to present. They have, through proper preparation, they have to present an image. And he failed to present that image. He was doing well until the pandemic. And one, think about, remember when he was getting that that injection, how lucid he was, how he talked at that time. And then now look how he communicates. And so then therefore, in a sense, is that no matter what anybody says, is that stuff has had an effect on people. It had an effect on people overseas. They're trying to do research, and they're trying to get all vaccines that are being based on, that have a genetic basis, that are dealing with they're trying to get all of those, suspended until they can be further examined. How you doing on this here? If I didn't say it already, Planet Wells, Ancient Black Spirituality. Because see, people didn't understand, people don't understand is that you don't remember 99.99% of your genes are, in a sense, aren't encoded. They aren't encoded. They're junk. It's junk DNA. Therefore, since 99.99% of your genes are not encoded, therefore, if you do anything to impact upon the DNA, then therefore, in a sense, is going to have a negative effect. Because see, just like they gave people, remember that last virus, in a sense, it was mainly, in a sense, it was began by people who had already been inoculated. And the reason that they had an impact was because of the fact that it's changing your DNA. You don't let anybody change your DNA. Yeah, we can have epigenetics. You can have social epigenetics. What I mean by social epigenetics, family, is that things that can happen in your society can influence, in a sense, your behaviors. They can have, in a sense, an impact on your genetic profile, based upon your experiences. But see, what happened is that you don't want to impact on those genes. And that's what's happened, And so a lot of people in overseas are calling for a halt in the development of those things. They're even trying to make flu vaccines and all that based upon DNA. None of that should ever happen,
So,
but again,
all of this stuff is it's very pseudo to me. I was watching Fauci go door to door in the hood, and this is probably a couple of years ago. I don't recall the date on the video, but he was trying to convince people to take the experiment, and they were telling him, it doesn't seem like you guys have done enough work. I don't know about the science and the evidence and the things that you guys are saying is, the data. And then he says, well, we've been studying this for 60 years. And, the data says that we can do things like this now. And I just flashed forward to today, and I saw so many college students dropping on a court or on a field, people who didn't have health problems who now have health problems, pilots who don't fly anymore.
Even LeBron James' son, remember? When he went to college and he was Boney James, he couldn't play for months.
And then they've got this thing called long experiment stuff, and these are people who have the cognitive issues that we're talking about with Sleepy Joe, and then I think about Mitch and how he's been glitching. That is he still around? Is Mitch the Glitch still around, or do they just have him in a basement somewhere? Because every time he gets on camera,
he may be around because some people say they got the technology that they can make a clone or whatever. That's what they claim. I don't know. That's science fiction to me. But again, I wouldn't put nothing past these people, And
I don't know if it was my camera, Dr. Winters, but every time I turn it on, it's got me glitched. So
did you want to come back? We can go.
Yeah, let me jump out and come right back.
Yeah, how you doing, family? I'm happy that you guys showed up tonight. Tonight we're talking about the election, and what we're talking about, the fact is that people should have been preparing for this election earlier. Now they're running around with their heads cut off, and they're trying to get everybody excited about Kamala Harris, and they're trying to get people in the sense they're trying to get black people to go out and vote and don't choose the couch. But they didn't prepare for this. What I mean they didn't prepare for this is that they allowed a man to come in as president. Every promise that he made, even the promises that he made for Europeans, he did nothing. He kept none of his promises. He didn't keep one promise. He didn't keep one promise he made to the to FBA, African Americans, whatever you want to call them. He didn't keep any. Hey, how you doing there? He didn't keep any promises that he made to the white youth. He kept no promises, and yet this man wants people to get off the couch. I'm sitting on the couch now, and I might be here on November 4th or 5th.
Nice.
Oh, you got the couch too, baby.
Hey.
You got the couch too, baby. Yes, ma'am. And
I'm gonna make us some shirts. Couch 2024. I've been in these little Twitter ciphers, debates.
What's going on?
Let's call them debates.
What's going on Twitter? What's going on?
Right now, there's this. I'm very angry that I keep seeing this tweet over and over. Now you know what's going to happen if Kamala doesn't win. You know who's going to get blamed if Kamala doesn't win. And I don't like that tweet because in my heart of hearts, in my black heart that I have right here, I would be so proud to be the reason that woman does not win the presidency. Like, you want to blame somebody, please, if we're going to take some kind of blame, that would be one that I'd want to own. Like, yes, we did that. Black men did that. But I keep seeing black men tweet this, and I don't know if these are bots or if this is really how black men feel. But black men, if you feel like that, it's okay. I mean, I tweeted that I would be proud to stand with you and claim this as a win. Like, we did this. Yes, we can. And I put
some blood on my ear. Put some blood on my ear.
Hey, we're gonna be Trump for Halloween this year. It's gonna be a lot of.
But the thing is, is that I do admit I'm a scholar. I've done a lot of research on Dravidians. Kamala Harris. She's a Tamil. Therefore, in a sense, the Tamil, some Tamils that call themselves black, and they acknowledge their blackness and stuff. But we had to understand that I think it's been made clear through NPR that the symbol for Kamala's campaign is a coconut, and so to me, if the symbol of her, yeah, you're laughing. I heard it on NPR, and they're all over on TikTok, on Facebook, and her symbol is a coconut. And that's just what she is, a coconut.
Oh yeah,
black on the outside and white on the inside.
That's for sure.
She's a nice lady. But see, this is what they did to her. They didn't prepare her. She wasn't prepared. They've been allowed. This woman. Look at Clinton. Clinton's always spiffy. She's old, but she's always spiffy. She have on these nice pantsuits. She wears makeup. She keeps her hair combed and stuff. All that type of stuff. And then you look at Kamala Harris. Since Kamala Harris has been the vice president, she looks like an old hag. Looks like an old hag. She doesn't keep herself up. She doesn't wear lipstick. She wanted to be a white woman. She got ran through so much when she was young that now she just don't have that energy because she just ran through too much. Yeah, You're laughing, Eve.
No, I like the honesty that we can share, together, because that's real. And I posted a short on my channel about she said that she's been out here in these streets, like she said it herself, and then from there, when Black women marry Brad, the white guy,
it's the Black woman effect.
No, well,
I saw it on
well, no, it's like the white man effect, because if she doesn't influence him and make him more swaggy or cool, or with more drip or whatever, then he is definitely going to cornball her out if she's not already there.
But you got to understand, I remember this sister. She used to work with me, and so she married a European, and so she said, Clyde, he divorced me. I said, why did he divorce me? She said he divorced me because he said that my mouth wasn't active enough, if you know what I mean, oral sex. And so then he divorced her because of that. If you remember, what's his name, Danson, that's what he talked about with Whoopi Goldberg. Remember, he brought up that whole thing. See what I think with Europeans, so much is oral sex related. So then, therefore, in a sense, that's why it's hard to get a connection. You can't get a connection with a man or woman if they're always just performing oral sex, because you're not exchanging any chakra. See, when you have sex, I mean, most men don't know how to give a woman an orgasm, but if you happen to give a woman an orgasm, then in a sense, her chakra's open. That means in a sense that not only in the sense that she had that feeling, but also in a sense her chakra's open, and as they open, they bring in his genes, and then as his chakra's open, they exchange. That's why a lot of times when you've been married a long time, or even when you've been with somebody a long time, you start doing a sense. Yeah, you can almost know what they're saying. When they're about to talk, you can already complete the sentence. You see, or when a lot of women are in the same house, sometimes they're going to have their menstrual. All of them going to have their menstrual around the same time, because this is just how things are, and so that this is just nature. So then, therefore, they didn't prepare Kamala. They didn't prepare her for this. They should have been playing her up. They should have been allowing her, in a sense, to look like a nice. She's only in her 50s and she looked like an old hag. So what have you been? That's the thing,
though. If she were Black, like they keep trying to tell everybody she is, then she would present like Michelle Obama, and she didn't. She didn't present like Michelle at all.
But Michelle Obama wasn't ran through. Come on now.
No, well, I'm saying if she was Black.
I'm sorry, Eve. I'm sorry, Eve. You've been married twice, but you've been married. You haven't been ran through by about 20 or 30 something guys.
I think that will age you.
And you know what they taught me when I was growing up? My mom and daddy taught me, don't you ever get with an old lady, because an old lady will dry you out. And she was always with those old men, Willie Brown. She's always with them old men, and they just wore her out.
Wore her ass out. No, you got me.
Look at her. Look at her. Look at her.
Oh my goodness. Dr. Winters, you're going to have to give me some latitude here, because, well,
you're a nice lady. Family, this is an old nigger talking. And you know how old niggers are. We just all live here. We don't know where here. Y'all don't even pay no years anymore. I start studying. That's where these old Negroes is. We is like this. No. She okay, but she wore out. Look at her. Look at her. Look how Clinton always looked like a nice, presentable lady. She got on nice pantsuits, nice makeup, keep her hair combed. Kamala, looking like a damn old hag. And then she trying to get people all lived and stuff. That's why she can't, that's why it's hard for her to be live and stuff,
Y'all just have to excuse me. Dr. Winters did it.
Boule Brown, who once dated Harris, says,
"Yeah, girl, I'm out here in these streets, and
Because you are idiots.
Yes. Remember Venn diagrams, those 3 circles, right? And then let's just see where they overlap.
Fully.
Yes. Yes. I had I'll admit when I was a freshman, I had a girl that was kind of like her, long legs, short trunk. But she was, very nice girl, very, very free-hearted. But the thing is that the thing is that, yes, I'm sorry, Eve. I kid you not.
We're allowed.
I'm not saying any names. They may be dead anyway because as old as we are, But the point is that, Kamala in a sense, I mean, come on now, look at her. She don't wear lipstick. She don't comb her hair. She look like old hag. And then how's she gonna get any excitement started?
She looks like she's got a white husband. When Tariq would joke about how she don't look like she got black friends, and then it would be like in reference to how she's wearing her weave or her hair or the man's hairline. He don't have no friends, because if he did, then we would game him up. We would help them out. We don't like you looking crazy in public with us type thing.
No. You have a man, Eve, and then sometimes your man will say, I don't like you wearing that.
Yes.
Sometimes your man will say, I want you, come on, I'm gonna be jealous when I take you out, but I want the men to be staring at you and knowing that I got the finest woman on this damn planet, baby, and that's you. But the thing is that she's just dead. She's dead. Look at her. Look at how she presents herself. She don't have no life. She don't seem alive. She don't seem active. And that's because of the fact, in the sense, is that she went with those old men and they ran her down. My mama told me, leave old women alone. Leave old women alone. And any of you women out there that's 35 and y'all thinking about old man like Dr. Withers, here I am, but beware. No, but on a serious tip.
But I mean, you're right though. In her younger formidable years, she was being pushed into this position for later. Like the Montel clip that I showed, he was telling everybody, Kamala. He was making sure they were saying her name right. And I just keep thinking about how, the powers that be and how they are very meticulous about making sure that they put the right pieces on the board at the right time, so that when things start to develop, they're prepared. And, I think that chess is a game that Black America should get very comfortable with, because it not only will help you appreciate the fact that you don't have to move when you think you have to move, respecting the pause, but preparing. You have to think 2, 3, 4 moves ahead if you want to be competitive. If you just want to just spar or just randomly move or emotionally move, then you could do that and you might win. But if you're playing who prepares, you're not gonna win.
She never cultivated a black base.
Because she's not
cultivated a black base. You see, she's black. She is black. She's a coconut. She's a coconut, and it's a lot of coconuts. It's a lot of coconuts. I mean, she just like she just like the average Boule. She's a sorority girl, and that's how sorority girls act. They act stuck up. They want to be white. You see, they want to be. I mean, what's the difference? Tell me what's the difference.
I can't tell you that there's a big difference. And as a former soror, not hers, but the other ones, the Reds, that's very real. There's a colorism thing going on. There's a bufferism thing going on, a Boule thing going on, a nepotism thing. If you don't know the right people, I removed myself from that environment after I crossed, and now I'm in this position of power where everybody knows that once you're online, you have a say on who can come on the next line. Like, you now have a voice. And but you don't actually have a voice because there's already plans about who we want, and we've been waiting for this person to get here and their legacy and their family has this, and you could have all the qualifications because it's an application. And I've seen there's three Black women that really wanted it, that I thought had the qualities that they were looking for in a sister for the sisterhood, and all three of them got turned down.
Yeah.
And it's not because they didn't have the money. It's not that they didn't have the skill, the qualifications, or anything more.
Why do you think they turned them down then?
I know why they got turned down. They didn't have a legacy in the upcoming.
How do you mean? Go ahead. What type of legacy do you need?
If you don't have somebody in your family who's already been a soror, then you get put on the back burner. And then the people who have, like my grandma, she's like my grandma. She was a Delta. So now I'm a legacy Delta if I wanted to become a Delta. And then that happens across the board. And these three women didn't have any Greek in their family at all. So they were like on the outskirts. Like when you try to get a promotion at work and they post the job on an external hiring site, but they hire from inside, but they can't do it like that. They have to post the job even though they already have somebody in mind. I saw it happen 3 times, and it was one time too many to have just been a coincidence. And I just looked at the paperwork. They didn't have legacy, and everybody else did.
But see, like this, but you'll see around the country in the big cities like Washington, Chicago, you'll see that AKAs run the school systems. They run the school system with their light-skinned, phony, fakey asses. But the thing is, this is that they are phony and they're fakey. But I had a few AKA girls I like, but most of the time they're phony, they're fakey, but they keep each other working. They keep each other working. But see, the thing I hated about AKA educators is that they may have the proper preparation education wise, but they're really pseudo when it comes to being Black. They don't really love their people. Yes, I'm sorry. They don't know how to really relate.
No, you're right. You're right. And it's funny because they talk about that when these are, shh, don't tell anybody. I'm telling you stuff. Okay. When you're online, you're learning all of this prehistory. Like, how did we get here? Why do we call ourselves this? Who are the founders? Where did they come from? And all of it was all steeped in racism because HBCUs exist because you couldn't go to the white school. So now we've got schools, and inside of these schools, well, we've got to have the counterpart to the Masons and to the Skull and Bones and to these secret societies that they have because, well, we're original people and these are our societies anyway. So let's try to take them back and flip it and reverse it. And then you find that the AKA started the girls and then the Deltas come after them. But the Deltas only come after them because the AKAs wouldn't let them in because they were too dark. And then from there, it's like... And
the Sigmas, what about the Sigmas? I found them to be fun. I found Sigma girls, they're very harsh, but I found them to be very nice. They are very nice girls. They're very nice girls if you're a handsome man. Sigmas, don't get mad at me, but I'm just going off of what I found when I was in university. They're very nice girls.
I don't know about the hoe behavior because I'm not out here sleeping with them, but no, I would agree.
And you don't need to know. And family, I did not say that. Don't. I'm old. You got to excuse me. See, I'm stuttering. I'm stuttering again. Some things I say I might be mistaken.
That's funny. I'm gonna say, in my in-law family, there's a few SG rows, so I don't know about their sex life, but I do know that they are the life of the party. The women, the blues that you were just talking about, the ones that I know, all of them have been super down to earth.
Oh, they've been ran through.
And let's see, I don't know about all that because I'm not in the bedroom with them. But just cool people. The ones who wear the same color as me, it just kind of depends on who you know. And then the other ones, the ones who are a lot lighter than me with the long hair, and they flip it and they make really screechy
AKAs.
They're very, very cliquey, and it all just seems steeped in colorism from buffer classism from racism, and then.
But it's prejudice too. It's prejudice too because, I only taught in Chicago, but I noticed that I later found that a lot of AKAs run school systems all around the country, and they're okay. But the point is this: is that they're very chauvinistic. They're very chauvinistic. They're very prejudiced. They're mainly all coconuts and stuff. I please if an AKA is out there in the chat, please correct me. But I have never. I taught for 46 years in the Chicago public schools, and I never met one AKA who was, in a sense, Afrocentric. Not one. I found a lot who was coconuts. I found a lot of them, But the thing is, this is that it's kind of sad. Maybe you can mention one. You might find a Delta, Sigma. They might be.
No, I can tell you a few Deltas that I know that are very Black centered, Black first. Yeah. They got a little confusion going on, but they're definitely not asleep. The AKAs. I can't tell you one that is an American first. I know a lot of immigrants, first generation immigrants, and just people who don't want to be Black, who wanted to be Black enough. And now I understand why Kamala, is able to get access to some of these functions. And you said that she didn't cultivate a Black audience or a Black foundation, and she didn't. She did the things to give her pillars, but then she didn't do anything to solidify the people. You can only fake it for so long. And going to an HBCU, to me, okay, let me stop rambling. Yeah. Roland's group, the Alphas, that might be the only Black fraternity sorority that I've seen with my own eyeballs who've been forward thinking about us. Not Roland. I'm not talking about Roland. I'm talking about the ones that I went to.
The Alphas are complicated. They're very complicated people.
Probably because they're the first with regards to this separate sect of special niggas. Because if we're being honest, going to college puts you in this special group of special niggas.
You do.
And then really in 2024, you're not special at all, because people with higher degrees, more learning, more education don't have a job right now, or they're not working in their field.
But I found over the years, and only AKAs and Omegas and AKAs, they help each other get jobs.
Yes,
they help each other get jobs. Those other sororities and fraternities, that's just a name. But AKAs and Omegas, they help each other get jobs. And I love that about them, is that they do help each other. And they are
liked it. That was the whole reason I even bought into it, was the networking aspect.
Yeah.
Just knowing that I was going to be attached to 100,000 Black women and have these opportunities for advancement. But I think we've talked about this. I'm people person enough, like people like me or they don't like me. I can be around people, and I very much need to recharge away from everybody. And inside of that, if you don't know the right people, you're not going to go anywhere in Delta. And in AKA land, I think that as long as you're active, you wear your colors proud, they will make sure that you've got a home somewhere because of the optics. You can't be a a little hood booger. You know, you gotta be. But now let's talk about Kamala, because Kamala, baby, she's not doing her hair. She's not wearing her makeup.
That's because she's been ran through too much. She's been ran through too much, and now she old. She found out, no brother wanted to marry her. No brother wanted to be, come on now, no brother wanted to marry her because she'd been ran through too much. And so then therefore, they didn't want her to be comparing. They didn't want her to be comparing, maybe his size, not like that other one's size or whatever. But see, with a white guy, as long as your mouth is okay, you're okay. If you were a white guy, as long as your mouth is okay, I'm sorry, family. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me.
So, all right. So let's go there, since we've gone there a couple times. Oral sex is sex, right? It's part of the intimacy process.
It's not sex. It's not. It's not sex. It's not intimate. It's not intimate because see, think about it. Think about it. When you're having in a sense, when you're having regular sex, what you're doing is that you're exchanging material. You're exchanging consciousness. You guys are becoming, in a sense, as one, because even though you're not going through a total symbiosis, as two chemicals, because the fact, in the sense that you're engaged in having sex a primitive way, you see. But if you're engaged in oral sex, remember, that's just for that person to get his satisfaction. It's not that you're sharing anything. You're not sharing nothing. See, because if you have to have sex with a woman, after a while, that lady's gonna say, "Damn, come on, hubby, come on, can't you go more than 2 minutes? Come on, come give me 5 at least." Oh, 10. Oh, but 2 minutes. Come on, a 2-minute man, get out of here. Used to be a song back in the 90s, a 2-minute man. But anyway, like I said, it's so this is what is so much of a problem. And that's the thing with Kamala Harris, is that Kamala Harris, she was black back in the day. But I mean, she got ran through so much, and then she started saying, "Damn, this ain't getting me nowhere. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna, no. What brother was gonna marry her? Tell me that. What brother's gonna marry? You can't find too many Kanye Wests who want to go find a hoe like the Kardashians and marry a hoe. Most men, you can be harsh, and you may, in a sense, not mind. You might not mind marrying a hoe that everybody don't know is a hoe, but if everybody knows somebody a hoe, you're not gonna marry her. Come on now, you're not going to.
Not back in the day. Nowadays, with OnlyFans and some of these
same thing. They're not marrying those OnlyFans. You know what? Look at Sexy Red talking about she got a funny smell, so she got to go to the doctor. What woman would say that publicly? What woman would say that? That you don't know why she's smelling? Get out of here.
No home training, or the homes are not the same. Remember we talked about that? Like what someone learned at their home for hygiene, might not match or mesh with what I've learned as hygiene. And from there, you can go on YouTube right now and just look at cooking videos and see people who wash their meat in the sink. And maybe you do that, maybe you don't. You've got people who don't wash their meat at all.
But you wouldn't wash it in the sink unless you had a bowl and you had the meat in the bowl and the water running into the bowl so you can rinse it off. But you're not going to put it in the sink because it's going to be cross contamination.
No, and I've seen people making food in the sink, like in the sink. I've also seen people making food in toilets and stuff because I think white people do it for polarizing effect. But also, I do think that some of these people really are nasty. Like they just really don't care, and they'll just make
a lot of people
in the sink.
When I was teaching in county jail, a lot of jail people, they put their food and stuff and they fix it in the toilet, But the thing is, this is that here it is. You with the feces, just like they found like Dahmer and a couple others. These these serial murderers, when they go to prison, they want to eat the feces of black guys. It's crazy, you know. But like I said, that's another story. That's another show. So I'm gonna get away from that. You got me going down the road. We're back in proper preparation. But no, and so then, but the thing about Kamala Harris is that they should have been prepping her. See, remember. Let's go back to Obama. Obama pretended that he came to Chicago and joined a black organization, which he never joined a black organization. He joined bougie church in Chicago, which was Trinity. He joined Trinity, and then when he joined Trinity, then he met white folks. They were bad because, see, this is what happened is this. Hillary Clinton said, I'm going to be president of the United States. And they said, why are you going to be president of the United States? She said, because I can get the black vote. And then these rich guys in California said, you're not going to be president. And these rich guys in California, they set in motion a plan with Obama. They sent him to Chicago. They had him join Trinity Church. They kept trying to boost him up and push him up. And then they made him into the great black hope. See, but they had proper preparation and for it. And so then Obama had good performance, you see, because of the fact in the sense that Kamala Harris haven't had the proper preparation, she's getting piss poor performance because the fact is that what she should have did is that when Biden brought her in office, he should have had her do more things, and he should have told her, come on now, you wearing those drab ass suits, you're wearing your drab ass suits, you're not wearing lipstick. You're not wearing you're not wearing eyes. You're not combing your hair. Come on, comb your hair. Get off the couch. She said, I don't feel like it. I've been ran through by all the brothers, and this white guy, he not really exciting me. So I mean,
that's a very real thing that she's had to deal with. I think about some white girls I went to school with and how I've seen them on the social platforms, and they look a lot older than they should. And you just got me thinking about, all the sex, if sex being really true.
But it's mainly oral.
Ready for that?
Mainly oral. Oral sex, or oral sex in a sense, oral sex all the time. It's not good for you. It's not good for you all the time. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is this, is that a lot of these people don't know it. They don't know it, but see, that's what it's all about. And see, but the thing is this, is that Kamala, if she would have been smart, she should have been trying to get black people or somebody to like her. Nobody likes her. Who likes her? Nobody likes her.
That's why Joe Biden and whoever is pulling the strings over there didn't let her do anything, because she couldn't hack it on her own to secure the presidency ticket the first time around. So now add her to Joe's ticket to give it some curry spice on him. And then, well, let's put her in the back burner because we can't just keep reminding people that this is a person that's in power that they didn't like. But look at when Biden was vice president, always a dapper guy. He's still always dapper. He dressed dapper. He carried himself in a dapper manner. You got Kamala Harris running around looking like old hag. Get out of here, old hag. She having parties. She the few prior, no, she had a couple of parties that Tariq had shown, and she dressed all drab, and even Billy Porter dressed better than her, and he a damn, Billy Porter, he dressed better than her, and then there she is. See, be a woman, be a lady. No matter what you may say about some of the early black politicians, those women were ladies. They were ladies. They came out, you respected them, they carried themselves in a manner. She's just like some of them sisters you see at the airport with the bags over their damn head and in their pajamas.
What the hell you doing here in your pajamas, baby? And house shoes and some old dirty house shoes at that. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah. That's real. Piss poor performance is the product that you get. We try to teach the minis that there's a consequence for everything, so that they don't think that there's a, like, if I do this, I'm gonna get something good, or if I do this, I'm gonna get something bad. It's if I do anything, something's gonna happen, and it could be good or it could be bad. We just need to be prepared for whatever it is. And no, she was not prepared. They didn't prepare her for this because, well, I don't think that they were prepared for Black America to stand on business with this delineation thing. Because if we were not so serious about making sure that they're talking,
they didn't trust her. They didn't trust her.
But
they trusted Obama.
Black vote.
No, they didn't trust her. See, Obama, remember Obama when we number white girls, he had a whole white lifestyle. He was just before he went to Chicago, and then they told him to marry Michelle Obama.
Right.
But that's not the case with Camilla. Kamala, whatever it is, I don't know. Kamala. Well, anyway, Kamala, Harris, she always was around Black people. She went to Black school. She had Black boyfriends, all that type of shit. So her in a way, she could be a coconut now, but that's because she's been ran through and no brother was gonna marry her. Because and the thing is, this is that, so I mean that's the way it is. But see, but at her heart, you see, they couldn't trust her, and they couldn't trust her because see, if Kamala Harris became president, she still have too many FBA tendencies. See, Obama was a safe choice. Obama grew up nothing but around white people with number white girls. He went his undergraduate education was with white girls. He grew up in Hawaii. Kamala Harris was different. All around these Black people. Yeah, I mean, she probably would have married her brother, but she had been ran through, and who's gonna marry a run through woman? And everybody, hey, I know how it looks. It's kind of curved. It's in the back. Oh, it's not in the back. It's really in the back. It's in the front. Come on now. You don't want people talking about your lady. Get out of here.
That's
see?
True.
And so then, but see that white boy, by her getting with the white guy and moving away, she didn't have to hear this stuff. But see, at heart, they can't trust her. That's why she would never be president. They can't trust her because she has too much Blackness in her. See, and then people say, Dr. Winters, why are you talking to this old man? So, well, I've been doing Dravidian studies for years. I know that Tamils are Black. Even the Black, they have a Black tendency. They grew up around the Nile. Then they migrated to India. So I can say that. But see, but the thing, so with her, see, she's dangerous. She's dangerous because she might get in there and she might really forget who the hell she is. Her husband, he belonged to those people who are big shots, and so he may be able to keep her in line. But come on now, you let her get in that power, she's gonna get sassy.
That's true. That's true. But
to control her.
That I would agree with. Yes, they don't trust her because they can't control her. But can anybody control the Black woman, or can she just follow who she wants to be led by? And then that's why white women hate us so much, because we've got this autonomy about ourselves. And
it's not in a sense. See, here's the whole point. If you can find a Black woman who sincerely loves you, she's going to make you. You can get anything you want out of life, and she will make you. But the whole point is that for her to love you, you have to allow her to be free. You have to allow her, in a sense, to be able to express herself in her own way. But the point is that you got ladies, and you got Black women, and you got Black hoes. And see, sadly, Kamala is a ran through girl. Because the fact is that she felt that her vagina and her mouth could get her to be successful in life, then that's what she did. But the only problem is that by the simple fact she's having all that sex with other people. She probably had chlamydia. That's why she could never get pregnant. And then because I'm gonna tell her like it is.
You're only speaking about what's on my mind right now. You know,
what's that?
No, just the fact that she doesn't have children, and then it's the women who don't and can't that are very
don't
loud.
Have children. She been ran through, and a lot of times when we be ran through and you don't and you catch chlamydia,
that makes you infertile, right?
Right, over time, and so then the thing is this, and so she may have even a couple of abortions. We don't know, but the main thing is this: is that I'm not, I'm not a woman, so I don't understand y'all. I just go along. I go along.
That's okay.
I'm the average Negro. I'm gonna start stuttering. To get along, I go along. Stop laughing at me.
I love Wednesdays. I love our Wednesdays. It's to me, it's very interesting because she could get in the office and get real sassy, and then you don't know what she's gonna do, and that's why you've got so many. I don't know if they're bots or white people acting like black people, or just real black women on Twitter talking about how, it's black women's job to lead us to the promised land, and we got to keep doing this, and we're gonna put America on our backs again. And I just keep hearing Sojourner Truth, like, I'm not a strong lass, I'm not. Ain't I a woman? These things that would allow me dainty, safety, protection, and like I've joked about, bird brain mentality, because he's thinking about the things. But I don't even think about those things.
But it's beautiful. See, but that's the whole point. See, you're a very intelligent woman, you see, and that's wonderful. See, but you still sometimes want to act bird brain with maybe your man, even though in a sense, because the whole point is this is that gives you the freedom. And see, that's the whole problem with Kamala, is that Kamala didn't understand. There's consequences. There was consequences. She was brought up like the average black girl. What's average black girl feel? You go to college to get an education, to get a job. And that's what she did. She got good jobs. But the only problem was that she got ran through so much that then she had to settle for a white guy, Right. And I'm not, and the thing is, this is that, she's not happy. And the reason you can tell that she's not happy is that she haven't kept herself up. She don't wear makeup. She don't, the clothes all dumpy on her, don't even fit her and stuff. You saw those pictures of her at the parties.
That's tragic, because you look at people's income, and the president and vice president, they're not supposed to make a fraction of the money that is reported that they make over those 4 years. But that's enough money to have someone there to tell you that doesn't fit right. You look lumpy. That looks like a sack of potatoes on you. Maybe we want to switch the colors up and bring out your eyes.
She don't feel good, because a woman who feels good likes to style and profile.
You're right.
And a woman who she'll be trashy. She'll be trashy sometime. But hey, sometimes she's gonna come out. She's gonna be decked to the T, baby. Mm-hmm. She's gonna have on the nice stuff, whatever it is. She's gonna have on some super good stuff or whatever. They in the closet, and you bring it out at the right time. But see, and so when you look at her, you can tell in a sense that she's not happy. But how can she be happy? She had to settle for second best. And that European she's married to, he's second best. Mm-hmm. He's second best, but at least she got married, you see. But the whole point is this, is that what do you get out of life? Just like me. I am so happy. I'm so happy that I fell in love early, and that God blessed me to find my baby doll. Because see, the thing is this, is that I can love you and I can love everybody, because I've experienced love. You see, I try to love my kids. The other day, I called them up. I said, "Hey, where y'all going to eat? Where y'all going to eat breakfast? This is Sunday." They said, well, Mito said so and so and so and so, Continental. I said, okay, So I was gonna buy everybody breakfast, but they paid it. My oldest son, he put out his credit card. Here, take this. You know, I said, hey, good.
You taught them to be prepared, though. Like that's what we were talking about before we started.
Right.
It's the stories that you've told me about your sons and how they were going to be ready for the revolution that would not be televised. And then the revolution never came, but they were ready. And that's really significant to me because they have children. And even though they didn't have to do the things, I hope that they're passing it on. And then this becomes like a tradition for FBA men to pass on this warrior spirit, because prior to you, and nothing against my uncles, but my uncles are not fighters. My uncles are everybody's favorite person. And if we're being honest, I'm only talking about the uncles on my mom's side, because we can't, let's just separate the family. My mom's brothers are like everybody's favorite person. The life of the party, everybody's go-to person. They're very much never going to be somebody's enemy. So fight, war, what? No, we all cool. Let's go party. Let's eat. Let's have a good time.
But my sons are cool like that. But the thing is, is that hopefully they're ready at the same time. But see, the whole point is that you want to be social, you want to be able to deal with reality, you know. But the point is that you have to prepare people for that. And what I'm saying is that Kamala Harris, if she would have been prepared, she could really fall in. But she didn't get her job, she didn't get her positions because of her. She didn't get her positions. No, this is what many people don't understand. See. So what if you screwed your way to the top? You still have to have, come on now, you still have to have some management ability. If you don't have any management ability, you're not going to last in that position, see? Right. But see, because the fact, in a sense, they know deep down, they feel that they didn't really deserve those jobs, even though they got those jobs, then therefore, eventually, in a sense, they hurt themselves because they don't have that confidence. And see, that's the only way I can explain how such a successful woman as Kamala Harris allowed herself to go down and look like a hag. Don't keep yourself up, you know. And I had to always go back to Clinton. Clinton always keeps herself neat, tidy, and very effeminate, very effeminate. You know, Kamala Harris, she doesn't show no feminism comes from off her. She does she look like just an old witch in a sense, and that you know that hey. You got a drink for me? Hey, the party's here. Let's go, everybody. Come on, you know, because she didn't have a proper preparation.
That's a very interesting point that you keep making this juxtaposition with Hillary and Kamala, because I think being a mom gives you something. And I'm not saying that women who are not moms don't have it, but I'm saying that it might be a little bit harder to tap into when you're not. And then she came into that ready-made family. That man already had children. She didn't have to do certain things. And now I'm reminded about what we were talking about right before we went live. And it's that age thing. You know, the minis need me. Really, to me, this is how they've shown me between the ages of 0 and 12. That's the range of the minis here. Mm-hmm. And they only really are looking for me when it's time to eat or time to play. They don't like me when it's time to do work, because I'm too like that, because they like to play. And I know they like to play, and then we'll get distracted because I like to play and they like to play. Right. And now we're all playing and nobody gets any work done. So I gotta be. But outside of that, they look for him, and they look for him for pretty much everything else. You know, if it's not food or play, you know, money, they want to go somewhere, they want to do something.
And that's because That's because you've allowed him to have that position. So you got to see I always understood that my wife taught them to feel that way, but she allowed me. You allowed them. You could overrule them. You could step in. You could always be, in a sense, being a boss lady. But the point is this: is that you're a lady. See, Eve, you're a lady first. Yeah, you get on here and you may. I hear you sometimes try to cuss on some of your other. On some of your other, it sounds so funny to me. You try to cuss. Fuck you. Come on now. Fuck you. That's what you gotta say. Fuck you. Come on now.
We're clipping that from tonight.
but the thing is this: it's all good. But see, you still see you don't know how you don't know how to be a see you still got a lot of lady in you, and because you got a lot of lady in you, that makes you in a sense also carry an elegance. But you don't want to show that elegance, because the fact is this: you feel if you show that elegance, then the people will be turned off. You'll lose your Twitter following, and all that. You can never lose that. But the thing is this: is that your correction, because see, you feel afraid to show your intelligence, but you can't help it. You're a very intelligent woman. You're a very knowledgeable woman. You see, and so then. But the thing is this: is that so anybody want to say you're scatterbrained would be crazy. You see. But the point is this, though, is that you have to have these images, because see, people, they pick and choose who you are. See, they pick and choose who you are, and they never know who you are. See, people wouldn't believe that I'm a very shy person. I'm a very shy person, but nobody would ever believe that that's known me over the past 50 years. They would never believe that I'm shy. You see, because they feel I'm always outgoing. I could always get in front of a bunch of people. I could always get on the stage, and I mean. I wish you could have seen me doing one in my performance days. When I would get on the stage, I could really, in a sense, because I understood that it was all a performance, you see. Mm-hmm. But the point is this: is that it's the proper preparation. So I feel that we can be having an exciting upcoming election. Kamala might have got me off the couch and stuff, But the thing is this: is that as I said, because they made her into a dull person. She's dull. She's very dull. She's very dull. She's not she's not exciting. She's not exciting. You see, No,
she talks with her hands like this, and that always is distracting for me, because that's when someone wants you not to really pay attention to what they're saying. It's a lot of magician hands going on,
and it's faking, because it's not the real use of the hands. Because see, by the simple fact that they're all over the place, and they're even in front of her face, right. No, you don't want to do that. As a woman, in a sense, when you use your hands, you don't want to block your face, you don't want to block your chest, even if you don't have any big breasts, any breasts. I heard that in one of those Japanese in one of those Chinese karate movies back in the 80s. So I like to say that the breasts. And so even if you don't have the breasts, you should still always, in a sense, keep your hands out, and be, because it's like you're performing, but you always want to be like you're presenting yourself. That's why you always throw the hands to the side, because you're presenting yourself. See, right. So it's ways to be dynamic, and she's a very dull person.
Very true. Very true.
She's dull. And then another thing is this: she lost. Look at some of those hairstyles she had when she was in them streets. Mm-hmm. She has some really nice hairstyles. But now she got that same hairstyle that she's been wearing for the past 8 years. See, I saw some videos. They were talking about the black woman effect, and now when they get with a white guy, they think becomes more jazzier dresses. Well, she had the white man effect in the sense that she just became dull, but she became too dull. I mean, Candace Owens, she still tries to present herself in a very, very ladylike way. She still wears makeup. She wears the same hairstyle, but like you said, she's a mom too. So maybe
that. I like Candace Owens's uncompromising attitude. Uh-huh. I like that she stands on however she feels, and then from there, she she is feminine. She's not like this butch, aggressive entity. And Kamala she gives dyke or lesbian, like she's giving this lesbian energy. And I kind of get it because of where America's been going. And the loudest people in the room about killing babies don't even want to have babies with the people that you can have babies with, or their
she can't have no baby. She caught chlamydia too many times. She can't have no baby.
Well,
that's all messed up. That's all messed up.
You got the old, you got the alphabets, all of these demographics, and then you got the men who want to be women.
Yeah.
4 different populations all talking about killing babies, and none of them are. Kamala she's got that masculine energy about herself. Her husband looks like he would do whatever she wants him to do because he's already gotten everything he needs. He's got his 2 children. He's got his family. He's got his house, whatever. And then she's there. She inserts like a puzzle piece,
But she's there. But she's there. But look how she presents herself. She's not. See, she's to me, she's a utility for him because she, like I said, she, as I told you before, a woman who has a good relationship with her man, sometimes she wants to be very feminine, but you never see this. You never see this from Kamala.
I saw her more feminine with Montel and Willie Brown than I've ever seen her feminine with her husband.
But that was back in the day. See, that's because now she got to do is just have a nice mouth, and as long as she got a nice mouth, that's okay. See, but the point is this: is that see, that's the whole thing. See, that's the thing that well, I found wonderment with my baby doll. Is that is just to see the beauty, the elegance. I felt my wife, I felt she was a lady. She always carried herself. She's very elegant to me, very elegant, always presentable, always every day. She said, Clyde, when we were teenagers, I used to say that, that lipstick kind of clownish, why you always wear lipstick? But then I got used to it. But the point is this is so, but that's just the way it is. But the point is this, though, is that I don't feel that Kamala feels like a woman. I think Kamala feels like a utility. Maybe she's useful. Maybe she's, maybe they have a good partnership, business relationship, a partnership in that respect. Because see, a woman who feels, I don't care if she's 70 years old or 80 years old, if a woman feels that if a woman feels that her man wants her, she's going to sometimes be feminine. She's going to sometimes dress up and look sexy, look nice, because she's going to feel sexy. She's going to feel that she's looking nice. It seemed to me that over the years that I didn't see that reflected in Kamala.
I haven't seen it either. I mean, I think the sexiest I've seen her try is when she was younger, and now I'm just wondering if her husband and his children are her beard. Like they needed her to get out of the lesbianism that she screwed herself into, getting ran through so many times or so much.
So you think she's a lesbian?
Well, I mean, I think she's one of those. There's a very real group of women who are so entitled that they think that they can exist by themselves. But then these same women need help cutting the grass. They need help with their groceries. They need help walking to the car at night because it's dark, and they took themselves to the movies by themselves at 10 o'clock. It's every single piece of them wanting to be alone absolutely attaches to somebody else's responsibility. And it's like, damn, if you just had a man, you would be good. You'd have person to go to the movies with, person to walk you to your car with.
And see, that's what a lot of women, that's what they say. They want a man for that, but it's kind of hard to find a man, it's kind of hard to find a man. It's kind of hard to find a perfect man for most women, because the perfect man for most women is somebody who can be a utility, somebody in the sense that can be around, like I've talked to a lot of ladies in their 50s and they say their husband and they say they want a man. And I'm going to be family, excuse me, but I'm going to tell you what I asked them. I said, do you like to clean house? No. Do you like to cook? No. Do you like to have sex? No. Would you even touch his private part? No. I said, well, then you should get a girlfriend to go to the show with you and talk with you. Because I said, I don't care if the man is 100 years old. He's still going to want you to act like you desire him. And the thing is, this is that every woman should know that. But you want to get a man to be. We listen to our wives. We listen to our wives talk, because that's our wives. But we're not going to just listen to the average woman talk, because they're not our wives. We don't feel we have to. I'm sorry.
No,
that's
true.
That's just the way it is,
I saw, it was a couple years ago, maybe it was during the experiment time. There was this phenomena of women trying to best friend, it's the friend zone thing, but it was my best friend is a guy, and why can't we normalize guy best friends? And then it's this whole thread of these women who friend zone these men, but they're going on dates, they're having intimate time. And I don't mean sex, but if y'all are holding hands walking through Six Flags or Disney World, or if y'all are taking trips together, like away from where you live trips, or even a road trip, these are intimate things. And I'm not saying you can't have best friends either, because remember last time we talked about platonic. I just mean that these women have, look, I don't want you like that, but I do like you like this. And then some men are like, well, she just wants me to be gay, like her gay best friend. And then they're like, okay, yeah, I'll do that for a time, because you're going to slip. The dude you messing with is going to be stupid. I'm going to be right here. You know that I've always been here. I've never tried to do nothing with you. I'm safe. So, you can, lay your head right here, and then, right.
See, you're now you're saying that many men are diabolical. And I want to tell you, I want to tell you this. I want to tell you this. You're telling the truth.
It's so bad though, because these women that's diabolical to want the things that a relationship provides, but then not want to pay for it is insane. And
then they want to pay for it, but they say, I got the money, I'll pay to go out, I'll pay to go on the trips, but I just don't want to cook, I don't want to have sex, I don't want to touch his private. I just want them to listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you pay a psychiatrist for that.
You go.
Or you get your girlfriend.
Professionals who do that already.
But see, I think one of the biggest things now is that I think is wrong. I think it's wrong for a lot of brothers to feel that Black women just go to college to get their degrees. I don't think Black women just go to college to get their degrees, but I do think sometimes we overlook things. Like I used to know when I was going to university, a lot of times, the girl would come from high school, and then, the guys on campus, they would act like they were so enamored with them. And then they would quit their high school boyfriend, and then within 3 or 4 months, that guy left you for another girl.
Mm-hmm.
But you thought in the sense that, hey, you'd hit the jackpot. But and so then the thing is, this is that, it's kind of hard, because see, when I went to university, I had prayed to God for somebody to love, because I always had women throwing themselves at me and trying to have babies for me. I don't want no babies. And so, but I prayed to God to give me somebody who I could love, because women always wanted me. And so then I was happy. But see, some people, in a sense, they go to college and and they quit that guy or that gal who may have been the person for them. And sometimes it's sad, but sometimes you don't get a second chance.
That part. Oh my goodness. And that goes back into proper preparation. If you know that you got to look for certain things, then you would know what to look out for, oppositely. That's that, there's going to be something that happens. It might be good, it might be bad, but if you're not prepared, then you're up shit's creek anyway. And then I just, like we've talked about before, some of these other ethnicities, they go to college, the women, with one thing in mind. And then we go to college and we've got a lot of things on our mind, because now we finally have the time to have things on our mind. Nobody's telling you got to go to class, you got to do this, and you got to study this. No, we got freedom now. I can choose.
But you don't really have freedom.
No, because you're paying to be there, right?
No,
so you don't go to class.
No, you don't have freedom. You don't have freedom as a Black woman when you go to college, because your mama and your aunties and told you that a man ain't shit. Your mama and your daddy, your mama and aunties and told you, I love your daddy, but
right.
I love your uncle, but
right.
You got to be ready to take care of yourself. And by the simple fact that but a white girl, when she go to college, she feels that she ain't got to worry about it. She doesn't have a care in the world. But see, you have this idea: am I going to be ganked? Is somebody going to make a fool out of me? Is somebody going to use me? You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But see, she's not thinking that way, so she can fall in and out of love. See, a white girl can fall in and out of love because she can have the freedom to not in a sense be held to that prescription. The only problem with most white marriages is that they don't last. And so you can find a lot of white women who've been married, but most of the time they living with a boyfriend now.
That's very true.
Yeah,
that's a hell of a point. Yes, they've been married, got married, were married,
got children
anymore,
but they're single, except for that boyfriend or something.
Right? That live-in boyfriend. That long-term girl best friend that everybody's kind of been wondering about, but y'all never really said anything. So,
but it's very complicated. I want to get a few commercials out.
Commercials.
Let's take a break.
So dreamy.
Hey. Hey. I've just written a new book, History and Culture of the Black Aboriginals of America. Yes, I've written a new book. This book is called History and Culture of Afro-Americans. It's about the Aboriginal Americans. It's about the first people who inhabited America. Many people don't know about our great culture, this super culture that we created, but I discussed this book. In 489 pages, you'll find out so much information, great information, about, in a sense, what the Aboriginal foundational Black Americans did. You're going to see, in a sense, that Black people contributed much here. When the first Europeans got here, that's what they found. Yes, they found Black Aboriginals inhabiting the Americas. It was the Black Aboriginals that built this country. This is why you had to get my book, History and Culture of the Aboriginal Blacks of the Americas. In this book, you will find out the truth. You will know what we created. You will know who we are. Get this book. Buy it now.
What's up, everybody? It's Eve. Follow me on Twitter and YouTube for space recordings and special live programs. 2024, we're doing things a little different if you haven't peeped game by now. So yeah, this is your chance. You can do it now if you want. Hit the bell here on YouTube at JustEveB, or find me on X at Justice4 Us. That's JUSTICE 4 JUST_US. And if you feel so inclined, support my channel and the work we do over here. The Cash App and Patreon links are in the description. Black first.
Buy my book, Nationality and the Law. In this book, we discuss the importance of race and identity among many African Americans. I explore the genesis of the so-called blacks from an ethnogenesis of Black Irish, Black Aboriginals, and Sub-Saharan Africans. In this book, you will understand how they were separated into two races and why we call, in a sense, the Caucasian race the white race today. Buy my book, The Nationality and the Law. You'll enjoy it.
Shake the spirit one time, it gets old. She gon' take me out of space into another zone. Free spirit, she ain't messing with them petty hoes. Microwaves and cobalt us out of phone. Smoking in that vibe and smoking good on that drone. Call me eat the night with the cuz all up in a fro. This queen approach, she gon' drop it low to the flow. You know she liquid gold with the alchemy in the bowl. Trippy super soda's the greatest tale never told. She gon' get you right, you can set up on your goals. You gon' spend the night in the harmon out with your toes. You know she super fine and the aura down to her bones. Super magic fairy, I'm lost in the rituals. She give me life like butterflies on the rose. Really rich and old, ain't nothing like cracker trolls. Hidden in the clothes, an extraterrestrial. And she never fold, trap crackers up in the throat. She drink your wine, she rock you up like a pole. And she spark my mind with intellectual pose. Shake butter oils and linger up in your nose. Independent goddess like rhythm up in the soul.
Yellow honey, drip slow, sweet agave at the toe. Independent finance, wine, citrus mist. My Wonder Woman, I wonder how to.
Buy my book, Atlantis in Mexico. In Atlantis in Mexico, you will learn about the great Olmec civilization of Mexico. Yes, the Olmec civilization of Mexico. In this book, I tell you about how it was the Olmecs who invented the calendar that are used by the Maya today. It is the Olmecs who are the mother culture of Mexico. Buy my book, Atlantis in Mexico. Learn about the Olmecs. Learn about their civilization. Learn about the wonders that they left the Mexican people. You can purchase my book at Amazon.com.
Let the physical keys to unlock the door. A book written by Jada Sword with the kind of visions of Yoshimo. Ancient black spirituality, galactic celestial symphony, cosmic melanated energy, the spirits are within me. Our history. Ancient black spirituality, galactic celestial symphony, cosmic melanated energy, the spirits are within me. Our history.
Jada Prasad.
Supplemental learning for your mini. But you can learn too. Don't send your mini into the belly of the beast unarmed. Courses, practical math, language, the code, our story, and more. An institution founded by us, dedicated to us and our fight for justice. Here you will learn ways to combat the system using the same information they are trying to keep away from you. Welcome to FBA Sunday School.
The ancients have chose me. This happens often. The scale is now tipping. You must prepare for them. The world is dangerous. It's all show. Rain falls down. Most people don't know. Tables turn. All our enemies burn. Ashes, ashes, dust to dust. Oh, know how to get you. Wake your whole ass up. We battled before, but still in this war. My patience is over and gone. You better take
Yes, yes, yes.
Yoshi. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Huh. Yeah. I'm Yoshi. Yeah. Okay, Netta. Ash. NTR. You probably be mad at me for what I might say. Man. You probably be mad at me for what I might say. Man. You probably be mad at me for what I might say. Man. You probably be mad at me because I am blunt. I am blunt. I am blunt. I say what I want. I am blunt. I am blunt. I am blunt. I say what I want. I say what I want. No restrictions, no filter here. Only the truth get revealed. We all want the truth in our ear. We all want the truth in our ear. Tell me I'm wrong, I make the correction. Something went wrong, you switch the directions. Hate me so much, you block my blessings. Truth should set you free from assumptions. Loving me, love the heat, hate the fate. Learn the streets, they hate love, love the pain. All the music sounds the same. Entertain, not a never be that kind of way. Because we all have different emotions and we all entitled to our opinions. But when you talk, it just don't make sense. We got no belief in it. So I analyze every damn thing and I also do my own research too. So you can't tell me any damn thing and I've been trained to see right past you. The Illuminati, they can't have my body. They can taste my shawty. The Illuminati, they can't lead nobody. They can't call my body now. No restrictions, no filter here. Only the truth get revealed. All we want, truth in here. All we want, truth in our ear. Let me wrong, make the correction. Something went wrong, switch the direction. Hate me so much, block my pleasure. Truth is lit, truth from possession. You probably be mad at me for what I might say. You probably be mad at me for what I might say. You probably be mad at me for what I might say. You probably be mad at me because I am blunt. I am blunt. I say what I feel. I say what I want. I say nothing but truth. I am blunt. I say what I feel. I say what I want. I am blunt.
You know, those videos were made by Yoshimod. Go to Gumroad, yoshimod.com. Support this brother. He is truly a genius. He makes beautiful videos. He can do beautiful work. I've already shown you some of the things that he can do. So try to be supportive of this brother and help him out. And you can buy his music at Gumroad, yoshimod.gumroad.com. Go there, support this brother. He has the videos on YouTube. Go ahead and join his Patreon. You can join my Patreon too, but join his Patreon. Eva, do you have a Patreon?
I do, but it's for FBA Sunday School, and since we've migrated back over to YouTube, we have member tiers on this channel right here. So if you were interested, you would sign up under the membership tier here on YouTube versus over on Patreon, and you actually get more for your money. So
also, you know, go to check out Eve's website and on YouTube and be supportive, because this is good. Because see, this school is a perfect example of how proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. You know, you won't end up like Kamala Harris, looking like a deadbeat grandma instead of somebody. She's in her, I think, early 50s, mid to early 50s, and come on now. They say black don't crack, but I mean she cracked.
She cracked all right.
That's only because she don't. That's only because she don't feel beautiful anymore. You know, her husband, he don't make her feel beautiful. When a black woman feels beautiful, she's gonna look at Eve. Look. So you got look. Shit. Look at that. Black don't crack.
Why, thank you. No, it is a phenomena. Like when I first showed you the black wife effect, and really what's happening is these people are feeling love. They've never experienced that. And while both of us agree that there is no real love between
no white man can love you, no white woman can love you,
but we do authentically love. And then when we show love, this person who's never experienced it before, they get really comfortable, and then they want to be the best version of themselves. I've seen white men just comb their hair. Mm-hmm. Just comb their hair, Dr. Winters. And I'm not saying, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's fine. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying just combing your hair can make all of the difference in you being someone wants to be around or not. Like if you look,
what's the name of that tennis lady? The tennis lady got the white husband.
Serena.
She had to show him how to use a bath towel, a washcloth. I mean, damn, my mama told me that when I was a little bitty kid. Get out of here.
That part.
Get out of here. I don't even know how they wash up. But then I noticed on YouTube a lot of times they had these commercials about, deodorant for down there. Wait. Wash up.
Look, that's aligned with our conversation tonight. Proper preparation. In these commercials, Loom is the brand that's popping up in my head, but they're not the only one. I've seen Dove, I've seen Secret, I've seen the staple brands coming out with these 72 hours of protection, 72-hour wear. And it's like, are y'all really out here promoting not taking a bath every 3 days? Like, is that where we are? And they're not going to say that, but I have read studies where scientists are trying to encourage conscientious water usage, and the American is so first world that we just waste. Our carbon footprint is so large that you have to conserve. I've done projects with students, and this has been in public school, not at the school I'm at now, but where they want us to be more conscientious about our carbon footprint. And then you go through a simulation, you type in how long you have the water on for your brushing your teeth, or how long you take a shower, or how many times you flush the toilet, and it gives you this number, and it shows you this is how much you're impacting the environment, just your household. And these babies feel so bad. I mean, they go home and they're like, Mom, we have to turn off all the lights and unplug everything. And they get so energized by that they can do something about this huge problem that has nothing to do with them really, and then kind of everything to do with them, and it's like proper preparation.
But they know. But Europeans have always felt that they should cover it up with perfume. That's That's what made Paris and France so good. The perfume, and now that's why they had the the Black Death and stuff, because they didn't wash up. All it took then the Black Death was when the Muslims came and said, "Wash your funky ass and wash your hands," and how even today, I read in the newspaper every couple of months. I read an article about some doctor at some hospital don't want to wash his hands. What's wrong with them? Don't want to wash his hands.
No, they'll say they will give excuses like, well, back in my day, we drank water out the hose, or back in my day, we ran outside with no shoes. And I'm like, that's all fine and well, because you can still drink water out the hose and run outside with no shoes. But my parents always told me that ringworm is a thing. Like if you go play in certain dirts, you get ringworm, or tapeworm. That's a real thing too.
And you don't cook that pork.
Right. Or what's the other one? Or just smelling like outside. You've been outside all day, and then you smell like outside, but you don't go sit in your bed.
Yeah.
Because you come outside clothes on. These little things
when you came in the house, my mom and them would say, "Hey, come on, get out of here, boy. Get out, go. I mean, you felt bad and stuff. Hey, I had a lot of fun in the dirt today, because I used to like to play soldier when I was a kid. So I used to like to go in the forested area and play in dirt and having my little green soldiers in the dirt and stuff. So have a lot of fun. But
it makes me think, and we were talking about the smell. I just watched a video, and it was talking about bridal bouquets, and how there was some queen who her whole claim to fame was that she's only had 2 baths in her whole life. One was when she was born. The other one was right before she got married. And she had a bridal bouquet because it was to mask the smell of ass. And I just, that math ain't mathing to me, because fellas, how do you do that? And I don't really want you to answer as much as I just.
About last week, it was a big thing about women not wearing panties. I mean, come on now, how can you go out in the street and not be wearing panties? It's kind of little. I don't know. Look,
well, no, I heard that's a white people thing though. To go commando, that's
what they call it.
Learned about around white people. No panties on a black person sounds like your parents didn't teach you about yeast infections and just things that you would need to be prepared for. And it's not. I'm not sitting here saying that Black America is infallible and that we're doing the best preparation, because we've talked tonight about how we're sending our babies into the belly of the beast with no plan, no plan of action, no protection, no armor. Mm-hmm. But there are some things that we've kept. And I think that those things have kept us safe enough to get to the next step. That's that roach resilience we've been talking about. Yeah. We have some armor. You can't spray us. You drop a bomb, we still gonna be here. Some things we've done to keep us intact, but then at what cost? We talk about the usurpation. I don't think that's a word. That how the Black mind is under attack. They don't necessarily care if you've got melanin, but they do care about what you think about and what you're talking about and what you're going to do. And that's why you said they don't trust Kamala, because she can get in there and just decide to just glitch in a good way. And yes, you guys, we're delineating, but on Wednesday with me and Dr. Winters, you guys are going to have to put on your big boy and big girl thinking caps and just understand that Black as an identification isn't only American if you look at the whole picture. When you don't look at the whole picture, you can get very confused and you can get stubborn on how you feel. But holistically, the Tamils being Black and other subcultures identifying as Black,
until they get over here.
They get over here and they say, I know Black.
No black.
Your black ass is darker than me, but you know black.
Yeah. You know,
but it's like Trump. You know, they like whiteness, but they don't like the fact that they can't control him. So now you've got a wild card. Is he going to say something that's going to be irreversible, or is he going to do something that's irreversible? And the irreversible things, is it a detriment to white people as much as it's a detriment to some ideologies that are
it's a detriment to the nation? Because see, I live here, and because I live here, I don't see most of the time we have a Republican come in and the Republican mess up the economy. Then we have a Democrat come in and then they clean it up. Republican mess it up, cut the taxes, don't have any money to pay fish. Then a Democrat come in. But see, this time we had a Democrat that came in and he just spent. And we are the country. The country is just so he's made so much money that it's horrendous in a sense. And because of the fact that he's made so much money, and that money in a sense is not worth anything. That's why inflation, all that type of mess. And so when Trump is reelected president, that's going to put even more stress on the economy. You see rents and everything, and rents went up. I mean, people can't even get an apartment. A lot of people in Florida was living in cars, and then that flood came. I can imagine what happened to them, you know. But is there a final comment you wanted to say about proper preparation prevents poor performance?
Yes, I guess the final thought, and it's not a final thought on the topic, but just for tonight, because we try not to have long, drawn-out conversations for hours and hours and hours. But if you don't get started, you'll never go anywhere. You can't be prepared to do and then not know that you have to get started. So, if your preparation starts with learning, reading, listening more, being open, I think that that's a good start. It's the people who think they know it all already, who don't have an exit plan for a natural disaster in their area. Like when I moved down here and I experienced my first flash flood during Hurricane Katrina, I felt real dumb because I should have known that this is the environment I'm moving to, an area that floods. Like maybe I need a truck. Maybe I don't need a sedan that can get flooded, or that I can't drive away if I need to drive away. And then, oh, by the way, the only way you can get to where I live is you got to go through a tunnel and over a bridge.
Oh, wow. That's bad.
So it's got stuck here. If this shit hits the fan, we're going to have to bunker down. And again, a lot of people who talk about staying ready and being ready and having our tools at the ready, they don't have exit strategies for real simple things. So I think we should just start with the basics. If a fire happens in your house, do you have a fire extinguisher? Do you know your neighbors? People don't know the people who live around them. And I think about when I was young, and if something were to have happened at my house, my parents would have been able to call my neighbor, or the neighbors would have called my parents, or when we would stay home by ourselves the first couple times, our neighbors were watching. Like, yeah, they're outside right now. Call the house. I bet you nobody answers the phone because we were not in the house. And the only way she knew that is because people had eyes on us. And today, these communities are not communal. They're very caveman-esque, do for self. And if you can't do for self, take it for yourself. And if you can't take it for yourself, then put your hand out and hopefully somebody will come give it to you. And if that doesn't work, sell some pussy.
Yeah. And it's kind of hard. It's kind of really tough. And, that's why there's a lot of brothers who feel the opposite. They feel they don't have to work because they can just find a sister to take care of them too. So it's complicated. It's complicated out there in those streets. But again, family, thank you for joining us tonight. And Please come and join us next Wednesday, and you will see the dynamic duel.
That's
Beauty
right.
and the Beast.
If you're not going to speak up, you're the one to do. If you're not going to speak up, you're the one to do. If you're not going to speak up, you're the one to do. If you're not going to speak up, you're the one to do. Vampires, they prey on your fears and stay away. Vampires, they prey on your fears, control your atmosphere. Don't let them take your energy. Don't let them suck you. Control your atmosphere. Distraction away from me. I am you and control your atmosphere. Don't let them take your energy. Don't let them suck your energy. It's a distraction away from me. I am you and you are me. If you're not going to speak up, you're the one to do. If you're not going to speak up, you're the one to do. If you're not going to speak up, you're the one to do.